Hi there, welcome back to my Vision News. Two news stories. Firstly, Eritreans. Some Eritreans have been shot dead in Addis Ababa, Ethiopian capital. What happened? Were they in custody? Who killed them? Any investigation being conducted or not? Why were they in custody? Second was Commercial Bank of Ethiopia on Tuesday raised interest rates. What does it mean? Is it a significant economic development? How to understand it? Is it good for inflation? Is it good for the people whose money is deposited at banks? Why did CB make this decision? Let's have a look at this news story first. Commercial Bank of Ethiopia on Tuesday raised interest rates. Interest on loans, interest on agricultural loans, 15.5% now. Raised interest rate is 15.5%. Interest rate on export loans raised to 14%. Personal loan interest rate raised to 15%. Interest on commercial loans raised to 18%. Question is, why was there need for this increase in interest rate by the CB? I am not an economic expert, but I'll share just my understanding of these figures. Last year, when PM Abiy's government introduced macroeconomic reforms, banks were facing liquidity crunch. Banks had no money, especially banks had no foreign currency. So government signed financing agreements with the IMF, with the World Bank. Over 3 billion US dollars in the form of hard cash came uh, in Ethiopia. The inflow of over 3 billion US dollars should have solved the issue of shortage of foreign currency reserves. It should have solved the issue. It should have strengthened local banks in terms of liquidity as well. It seems it did not happen. It seems Ethiopia needs more, firstly. Secondly, whenever interest rates are increased, that I think uh, generally has an impact on prices of commodities as well. Generally, inflation increases. It means that we could see uh, price increase in coming days. Thirdly, link this development to the suspension of aid for Ethiopia. 1.6 billion US dollar yearly aid for Ethiopia has been suspended. This is what Ethiopia received in 2024 by USAID. And some of this aid used to come through banks, local banks. It means the local banks won't have this money now. All that indicates that Ethiopian banking sector is still facing liquidity crisis, shortage of money. Whenever banks raise interest rates, it means that they want people to deposit their money at the banks, and banks are facing shortage of cash. Whenever they decrease interest rate, it means that they have enough money and they don't want to raise the interest rates because they have already enough cash. Overall, so far, the macroeconomic reforms introduced last year have not been able to register any positive impact on Ethiopian economy. I mean, in terms of price control, in terms of liquidity crisis, in terms of strengthening of birr, nothing positive has happened so far. Though when IMF chief visited Ethiopia a few days ago, she said that progress was being seen. And Ethiopians will have to wait, and then they'll see the results of the financing agreements and economic reforms. Let's see how long will Ethiopians have to wait. Secondly, some Eritreans have been shot dead in Ethiopia. Uh, being confirmed by some Eritrean human rights and refugee organizations. I have not seen a statement so far from Ethiopian government, from Ethiopian Refugee and Returnee Service. I think they should issue a statement, especially Ethiopian Refugee and Returnee Service. Who are these Eritreans who were shot dead in the capital city, Addis Ababa? What we have learned is that the incident happened last month. It happened in uh, January, at the end of January, in the fourth week of this incident happened. The Eritreans were imprisoned at a prison in Addis Ababa in Lafto, reportedly. Some prison inmates tried to escape. Security guards there, government security forces, they opened fire to stop the prisoners from escaping. And several prisoners were injured. Some were fatally wounded. Despite being injured, they were in prison, or we don't know if they were given proper medical treatment or not. But reportedly, 3 Eritreans who were shot during their attempt to escape, they then succumbed to their injuries and died. Hannibal Solomon Gurja is the name of one of these Eritreans. Atakelti Isaias is the name of the second Eritrean. Name of the third Eritrean is unknown. So far, nothing official has been said by Addis Ababa police, Addis Ababa government, Ethiopian federal government. I think the federal government police should share details of what happened, because already Ethiopia relations are very tense these days. And these incidents, if not properly explained, would lead to escalation in Eritrea-Ethiopia relations. There are tens of thousands of Eritreans in Ethiopia, asylum seekers. Eritrean asylum seekers use Ethiopia as a transit. And there are different camps of Eritrean refugees in Ethiopia. Eritrean opposition groups, which are in alliance with Ethiopian government, groups like Brigade Nihamuda, groups like Eritrean Afar National Congress, TEJI, Transition Government in Eritrea, Rasado, Red Sea Afar Democratic Organization, they should raise this issue. They should demand investigation and clarity from the Ethiopian government. Should tell their people, because they say that they are fighting to topple Isaias Afwerki's government, supported by Ethiopian government. So while now Ethiopian government is being accused of killing 3 Eritreans, why are these opposition Eritrean groups silent? They should speak for their people, firstly. Secondly, why were these Eritreans in prison? This is the question. Were they involved in some heinous crimes? Or were they just arrested arbitrarily? Because we know in Addis Ababa, people are arrested arbitrarily. Random, indiscriminate arrests are carried out from the streets of Addis Ababa. Several reports have been published in the past few weeks, past few months rather. I did a video. I did more than one videos on that. Whenever there is a major event in Addis Ababa, like African Union Summit or other high-level gathering, before that, such arrests intensify and streets are cleared, main roads are cleared, people are checked, and sometimes if they don't have enough documents, they are then just rounded up, bundled up in vehicles and taken out of the capital city. Why were these Eritreans arrested? Because Eritreans claim that mass arrests of Eritreans is underway in Ethiopia. I could not confirm mass arrest, but some Eritreans have been arrested. Let's see, will the government clarify what happened? Why were these Eritreans killed? Were they killed or not? I have shared names as well. I think now government should clarify what happened. Thank you for watching.